Eric Dubay is of course a famous flat earther. Now he is well respected amongst other flat earthers and has quite a large following now. However, he is yet to produce anything in terms of flat earth proof. And when I saw a video from him that claimed that daylight debunks the globe, I simply had to have a look. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a quick thank you to the sponsors of today's video, Raycon. Co-founded by Ray J, Raycons start about half the price of other premium audio brands, but they sound just as good. Raycons offer 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life, and the new everyday earbuds offer an improved rubber oil look and feel, and optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. There's also a built-in mic, which means you can take calls at the press of a button. With my run training increasing significantly in the coming months, I've been using my Raycons to listen to my favourite motivational playlists whilst doing my strength and conditioning sessions. Raycons come with a 45-day happiness guarantee, so click the link in the description or visit buyraycon.com/simondan to get 20% off your first Raycon purchase. Right, back to today's video where Eric Dubay is possibly making the most audacious claim yet, that daylight debunks the globe. Here we go.
One simple and definitive proof that you are not living on a spinning ball orbiting around the sun is the fact that daytime and nighttime never switch places as they must for the heliocentric model to be true.
Switch places? What in the blue blazes are you basing that on?
According to the globe doctrine, Earth makes one complete rotation on its axis every 24 hours, while simultaneously orbiting around the sun and completing one full revolution every 365 days. If this was truly happening, however, as you can see from the following image, the daytime and nighttime sides of the globe would have to flip every 6 months.
Is he serious here? Is this a genuine attempt to debunk the globe, or is he joking? Sorry, before we carry on, I forgot this bit. I'm struggling to understand why he thinks this. Oh, hang on just a minute. Does Eric think that this diagram, this 2D, one moment in time diagram is the full heliocentric model in action? Dear oh dear, Eric. Dear oh dear. Let's just take the image of the globe at the bottom of Eric's picture here. This is the autumn in the northern hemisphere. Now, in order for it to have the same face facing the sun as it does in the spring up here, it just needs to rotate half a turn, Eric. I cannot believe you've taken a picture of 4 globes, all still at different points in the Earth's orbit, and are making the claim that day and night would need to flip off the back of this image. Quite simply, hilarious.
For a more detailed illustration of this, imagine the sun rising at 6 a.m. in New York on the summer solstice.
Okay, well let's take the summer solstice next year, shall we? Oh dear, the sun rises at 5:25 a.m. on the summer solstice in New York. But we'll continue.
After 3 months of 24-hour rotations, the globe would be 90 degrees from its previous position and a quarter turn away from the sun, meaning that sunrise in New York during the autumnal equinox should now be happening at midnight.
No, Eric, what you're describing here is an Earth that is tidally locked to the sun. It doesn't work that way. As we know, the Earth rotates every 24 hours whilst it orbits the sun. This means that because of the axial rotation of Earth, 3 months later on the autumnal equinox, the sunrise in New York will be 6:42 a.m. The daytime is always going to be the side of the Earth that is facing the sun. The Earth spins to bring forth the day and then the night. We effectively move into the day and then move into the night.
After 3 more months of 24-hour rotations, the globe would be on the complete opposite side of the sun, 180 degrees from its starting position, so that sunrise in New York during the winter solstice should be happening at 6 p.m., or in other words, daytime and nighttime would have completely flipped from 6 months earlier.
Honestly, at this point, if you genuinely think this is a well thought out and coherent argument, then you do not understand the heliocentric model. And people tell me that Eric would eviscerate me in debate. Amazing.
After 3 more months of 24-hour rotations, the globe would be 270 degrees from its original position, and sunrise in New York during the spring equinox should be happening at noon.
Yes, Eric, we get your colossal misunderstanding. I think you should move on.
In reality, as you can test and observe for yourself, this simply does not happen, and remains yet another nail in the globe's coffin.
Sure, Eric, if that's what you think. What it truly is can only be described as an utterly hilarious attempt at trying to debunk the globe. One in which shows such a colossal misunderstanding as to how things work that you should spend the next week in a cave.
Globe apologist naysayers make either one of 2 ridiculous claims in an attempt to excuse away this clear problem in their model.
Oh, here we go. Let's see, shall we?
Their first defense is to claim that days are not actually 24 hours long, but instead only 23 hours and 56 minutes long. And this 4-minute difference per day fixes the math, allowing day and night to flip.
Nope, definitely didn't say that. Yes, the sidereal day is 23 hours, 56 minutes and just over 4 seconds long, and this is the time it takes Earth to make one 360 degrees spin. The solar day happens where the sun is in the exact same position in the sky as it was the day before. As we know, this is 24 hours. We don't really care about our position relative to the Earth's axis, but we do care about our position relative to the sun, which is why this doesn't matter.
Now it is true that there are 2 kinds of days, known as solar days and sidereal days, and sidereal days are in fact 23 hours 56 minutes long. But solar days, which everyone on Earth sets their clocks by, are exactly 24 hours in duration. Sidereal days, which nobody sets their clocks by, are actually how long the fixed stars take to make one revolution over and around our Earth plane. As you can observe and measure for yourself, the constellations rotate just slightly faster than the sun, so that they take exactly 23 hours and 56 minutes to come back to their starting point, while the sun takes exactly 24 hours, 4 minutes longer, to come back to its starting point.
Important to note here that of course the sun and the stars aren't moving, it is us, as I just explained.
Firstly, the fact that sidereal and solar days both exist and are not exactly the same duration is yet another proof that the stars and sun are moving, and not the Earth.
No, it's not. It's proof that we're moving on an orbit.
If the apparent movement of the stars and sun was actually the result of us living on a spinning globe, as we're told, then there would and could only be one duration of day, namely, the amount of time it takes to complete one full rotation.
Again, the flat earther's inability to think in 3 dimensions with multiple bodies isn't helping the said flat earther out.
The fact that there are 2 different durations of rotation time for the sun and stars just further proves that they are moving at their own unique speeds over and around a motionless, fixed Earth. Secondly, if globe apologists want to claim solar days are now suddenly only 23 hours and 56 minutes, then why hasn't anyone in history ever noticed that our 24-hour clocks, which billions of people have used for thousands of years, actually fall behind reality 4 minutes every single day? The reason is because it doesn't happen, and trying to claim solar days are the same duration as sidereal days just shows the disingenuous lengths these zealots will go to cling on to their false cosmology.
And I haven't claimed that. I've explained exactly why you are wrong.
Their next defense, even more ridiculous than the first, is to claim that the Earth actually must complete 361 degrees of rotation per day, and that somehow makes up for it. They completely redefine what a day means, and claim instead of a day being one full 24-hour rotation of the globe, as we have always been taught, a day now suddenly means the amount of rotation until the sun reaches the same point in the sky.
While I did say this, and as I said, that is the definition of a solar day,
which they say is approximately 361 degrees. With this excuse, however, new problems arise, because the globe's supposed orbit around the sun is actually elliptical, so depending where and when during its revolution around the sun, the Earth's rotation on its axis would have to be both speeding up and slowing down at different times of the year just to maintain their new definition of what a day means.
Oh my word. Oh my word. No, it wouldn't. It's okay saying that, but you haven't explained why it would. The relatively small change to the distance to the sun whilst we orbit it has no effect on the day at all. The axial tilt of the Earth is the only thing that affects day length, nothing else. Wow, this is just getting worse and worse and worse for Eric here.
But of course, in their own model, the Earth's alleged rotation never speeds up or slows down, and remains constant always. They cannot have it both ways. But like the kid who wants to have his cake and eat it too, these leaps of logic pose no problem for the willfully ignorant. For the fearlessly inquisitive critical thinkers out there, if you still believe you live on a big blue marble spinning faster than the speed of sound, please find some time to watch our new feature documentary, link in the description box, Level.
Yeah, watched that and completely and utterly destroyed it. Link for that is in the description box. Well, there we go. I am completely and utterly shocked at the rubbish that we have just watched there. Quite simply, a staggering misunderstanding on the heliocentric model and the Earth-Sun relationship as a whole. This is the issue with flat earthers. They try and debunk the globe, but they don't understand the model they're trying to debunk. Absolutely shocking. Well, that is it for today's Flat Earth Friday. Thank you so much for watching. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please do consider subscribing. There's a load more videos on Eric Dubay in the channel. Go look them up. Seriously, about 10, I think. Maybe around 10. If you really enjoyed it today, then of course you can press the like button as well. Just enough time to once again thank Raycon for sponsoring today. Remember, visit buyraycon.com/SimonDan to get 20% off your first Raycon purchase. I have been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Tuesday for some more tinfoil fun. See you then.